before I tell my little story, I want to talk about Thanksgiving in general. First of all, Thanksgiving to me is kind of like the annual family stress test. Like, are we ready to handle Christmas? This is okay, so killer people. My family is straight bat crazy. Like, nuts, nuts, nuts. And the reason why it's terrible is because we all know way too much about each other. Like, we know exactly what the button is that we can press to just set off a chain reaction that results in a burned turkey and me sitting there thinking, I could get away with the insanity plea. Every year. And I think that Thanksgiving is the only real thing that should be made into a reality TV show. I hate reality TV, I like reality, but Thanksgiving I think would be fun if you could do it in your household and just like vote people off the table. Right? So it's like, I'm sorry. You made it, here's the drumstick. You move over. You're gonna have to go to the soup kitchen. To volunteer? Why are you all upset about that? That's the winner. Drumstick loser, white meat. No, dark meat? Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Let's starve a bunch of people for a couple of days, then make a bird with only 2 good parts, fight over it. It's a disaster. It's designed to be a disaster. Thanksgiving. So, I thought Thanksgiving, crazy holiday, maybe I could get away from the craziness of my family and go spend it with another family, thinking, my family's crazy, but their family can't be crazy. What I found out is all families are crazy. Are your families crazy? Yeah, that's what makes us fun. But I didn't know that at the time. And what I realized was I speak my family's crazy. Like, my family's crazy is like a romantic language, and I'm comfortable with that. But the family that I went to was like this Germanic language that I just couldn't quite get. Because we were going there and I was expecting a non-crazy family. And we get out of the car and it's my friend, and we're walking up to the door and he goes, oh, I forgot to tell you. My grandma is extremely racist. I was like, okay, I'm not sure how that relates to me. And he goes, well, I don't know how you voted. This is like around the Obama election time. He goes, I don't know how you voted, but if she finds out you voted for the black one, you're not going to be eating. And I was like, I'll keep my lips shut, it doesn't matter. And then he goes, oh, and also, Grandpa, he's not supposed to, but he drinks. A lot. But still, that's still like a modicum of crazy compared to the pile of crazy I have to swim through just to get gravy in my house. So I was like, whatever, I'll deal with the crazy grandparents. If anything, we'll just push them to the side and enjoy our dinner. Which sounds really bad. Sorry. I don't hate old people. I know I've made a bunch of jokes about that. Sorry, Andy, for offending you for your age. Oh, that was so fun. Okay, so... oh, I'm sorry. No, thank you. That's what you get for ruining my comedy. So, I've grown up well. So where was I? Old people in the corner. Okay, so he gave me those 2 warnings, and that's it. He didn't even preface me for everything else that was crazy that was going to happen, that started happening the minute the door opened. This dog that only had 3 legs, and in my experience, dogs always have 4, came running up. And when you see a dog with 3 legs, and you're expecting a dog with 4 legs, what do? I go, oh. I loved it, because it was little and had 3 legs, I called him tripod. No, I'm just kidding. But what I was supposed to do, apparently, was pretend that was normal and not address the fact that the dog only had 3 legs, when dogs always have 4, and just pretend that nothing happened. Because apparently Uncle Bill, over here, has grown up with a lot of emotional trauma. And every time you bring up the fact that this dog, Tripod, only has 3 legs, it hits really deep, because he takes it personally, and then he starts crying. So when I went, aww, Bill started crying. And what I also didn't know, I forgot to be mentioned to, me, English, was that the reason why Grandpa drinks is because of Bill's emotional problems. So Bill crying made Grandpa throw back some whiskey. They're fighting, but it's not really a fight so much as it's Grandpa yelling at Bill and Bill whimpering back. And I'm sitting at the kids' table, eating with plastic silverware, enjoying the sparkling conversation of the finer points of Finding Nemo. It wasn't a crazy I liked, just to say the least. what I learned was, my family's crazy is totally doable. I mean, sure, we put half a dozen people in a room that's like 1/3 the size of this stage, and has exactly the same amount of beds, and say sleep there for 5 days. And about this size chairs. So we got 3 people spooning here and 3 spooning here. And we expect that to work out. We're not gonna hate each other, like, let's just do this. And then, yeah, let's ruin the dinner and cook it all day so you can smell it, but you can't eat it. I love food, and that's not fair.